Welcome back to a new video, guys. In today's video, we'll be discussing the difference between a university and a college. Many students have this confusion whether they should go to a university or a college and how their decision would turn out to be. So today we'll discuss about university and colleges both and maybe point out some of the things which you should consider before taking your decision, and hopefully you will make the right choice. So the first and most basic difference between a university and a college is a university offers you a degree program. It can be a bachelor's, it can be master's, or it can be doctorate. While a college either offers you diploma or a certificate program. What will you be studying in a university? Let's take an example of a student who is opting for an engineering course in a university. If he opts for a bachelor's program, he's going to learn 0 to 100 of all the basics engineering concepts. So the point here is you are going to learn every single concept of the field you are choosing in a degree program. While on the other hand, colleges were established with a main goal to give you hands-on practical training. The community colleges in Canada were established to improve the employability of the local people and give the employers better employees. So if you go to a college, you are going to learn probably 60 or 70% of a particular subject which you will be actually using in a corporate culture or in an industry or in a company. You are not going to learn the whole 0 to 100% and every single concept of it. Now the second difference is the class size in a university can be a lot bigger than the class size in a college. So the student to instructor ratio is usually less in college compared to a university. In university you can have either 120 or even 180 students in a single class, while in a college you will mostly have 40 to 60 people in a class. Third thing is universities can be a lot more expensive compared to college. The average standard fees in college is around $15,000 to $16,000 a year, while the average standard fees in a university can be $20,000 to $25,000 a year or even more. There is a very common myth among students that if you go for a university program than a program in a college, then you will have a better job, a better career, and even a better life in future. Guys, that is not how it works. As we discussed, you should go for a program in a university if you want to know every single concept of a subject and if you are very much interested in that subject or a field, while you should select a college if your main goal is just to get a job and you are not much interested in the subject or field to learn in depth, to learn 100% of it. When I was studying in project management program, in my class there were people having 5 years, 10 years, 15 years and even 20 years of experience in their field, and they were still studying a project management program. Why? Because a program in a college is more affordable, will help you in immigration, and will also give you an advantage in your career since you have a Canadian education. They could have opted for masters in a university, but no, they already had experience and all they needed was a Canadian education to help them in their immigration. So don't choose a university just because you want a better job and a better future and you are not really interested to study in-depth concepts of that subject. I have a friend who did engineering with me in India and later he did masters in mechanical engineering from University of Windsor, and now he's struggling to get a good job. He wasn't really interested in mechanical engineering, but he chose to go for masters just because he thought that person having a master's degree will be valued more and will have better scope than the person who will only have a college diploma or a college certificate. Keep in mind, guys, if you are an engineer and if you want to work in Canada as an engineer, then you must have a professional engineering license, that is P engineering license. There is an exam of 3 levels and you need to pass every single level in order to be working as an actual engineer in Canada. You can't just show your employer a bachelor's degree from your home country and tell them that yes, you are an engineer and you are qualified enough to work as one. Hope you got the point. There are even some people who have a master's from a university and still driving Uber because they cannot find a good job. The first thing you need to consider is if you are actually interested in that subject. If the answer to that question is yes, then ask yourself if it is possible to afford that education cost. If you are still getting yes to that answer, then decide where the university is, what the location is, how good is the university, and all those things. My personal preference is you should only select a master's program if you have already some industry experience in the field you are interested in or in the field you are going to. And that is how the system here works. People do their bachelor's and they start some internships while they are doing their bachelor's program, and after that, once they graduate, they start working in a company or an industry for some years, and after that they go for a master's program. Nobody just selects a master's right after bachelor's unless he's from arts or psychology field. And that makes a lot more sense, as it will make your master's much more valuable. You will know everything about the industry, and you will also have a degree to represent your knowledge. One of my roommate had a bachelor's in engineering degree from India. Then he worked in India for 3 to 4 years. Then he moved to South Korea and worked there for some 7 years. And after that he came to Canada on PR. And after that he studied a master's in some nuclear engineering program from McMaster University for a year. And now he is working as a consultant for a company. He struggled a lot initially while he used to manage his studies and he didn't have any job. But once he graduated, he found a job within a month. So you see how much it is an added advantage if you have so many years of industry experience and then do masters rather than just starting your masters at the age of 22. So that's all for this video, guys. We have discussed every single point about a university and a college and different cases also. Hope it will help you to make a better decision. And if you still have any doubts, do mention in comments and I'll try to reply as soon as possible. The main idea is you should go to a university if you are actually interested in a subject and you want to learn in depth about that subject, while you should go to a college if you want to get some practical hands-on experience and increase your skills which are more used in the industries or in the corporate culture. I won't tell you if university is better for you or a college is better for you. Both choices are best. It is your decision. Do consider everything that we discussed in the video and then make a choice, and hope your decision turn out to be the best one. Bye bye, take care, see you in the next video.